Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper into how to make some more complex reports by using grouping. So this is going to utilize the one-to-many relationships, just like our subforms and our combo boxes utilize these type of relationships. So for the demo, I'm going to pull the data that's highlighted with the yellow dots, and we're going to see how it groups along the yellow arrows going from the one to the many, one to the many, and one to the many. All right, so I'm going to switch over. And now we're back in our Northwind database. We're going to switch away from the employee report that we were working on and start fresh using these customer order informations. Okay, so instead of doing everything manually, we're just going to use a wizard because it is much, much faster. So we know we're going to ignore this puppy, right? We're just going to skip that and go straight to the report wizard. So here, this is kind of cool because we can actually pull fields from multiple tables, which is kind of a new thing. So from the inquiries, as you can see, so from our customer table, we are going to grab the name and the contact name. From our orders table, we have our order ID and our order date. Notice I do not need to grab the primary foreign keys from all these things. The next table is the order details, and we're pulling the quantity from that one, and then our last one are products, and that is going to be the product name. All right, so you can see here that it already realized that we had these one-to-many relationships going. We have three different levels. So the company name, contact name were both from the customers table. The order ID and order date were both from the orders table. And the quantity and the product name are actually from two different tables, but they intuitively knew that we wanted to group them together, which is pretty cool. And so you can see that here it tells you how it's figuring that out. Next, okay. If we wanted to add and adjust this, we could, but we're good as is. We can organize things within the equivalent of what would be our subform. We can order things by quantity name. If we had multiple things going on, we could keep going with that. No need here. We have summary options, so very similar to our aggregate stuff we were doing before. Here we're going to create sums, so we have the sum amount purchased by the customers. So we're going to do that. If we want to do like an average expenditure, like every time they order, how much on average do they spend, we could do things like that if we wanted to. The checkboxes, so you can have multiples of those. Okay. Everything beyond this is all aesthetics, basically. We're just going to leave it there. We're going to actually switch a landscape just for readability, but whatever. Yep, and it's never bad to have that checked. But yeah, play around with whatever you need in yours. I'm going to go ahead and create the table. We're going to do custom block and wrap that up. Okay, you can see that it's already created and saved over there. Let's look at what magic it did. Actually, was it necessary to do it landscape? No. Portrait. There we go. But I cut off the right side, so that's not cool. You can see that stuff on the right side is like cut off, and we have a lot of pages in this, and it's kind of ugly. It's doing that alternating back and forth thing for its attempt at being readable, which is not awful, but not great. And overall, it's kind of hard to read. It kind of sucks as is. Yeah, so let's close out the print preview here. Let's look at this. Okay, so first things first is let's fix some of the issues that we had. Is these little thin boxes over here. Actually, I'm going to move this here so it's still stepped, and let's see if it'll let me widen all these in one go. Yep, look at that. I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to see if we just did that. It won't let us do much because those are right up against it. So that decision to turn on landscape is going to just impact it, and we'd have to redo a lot of stuff just to see. All right, let's check. Oh. Okay, yep, see, we can see the things now. So that's good. Okay, and it was whining about the right side there because I messed with it just slightly. So let's do that. Okay. All right, so this is going to be basically a demo of what all these different levels look like, because we have a report header, which is one before we had the page header and we had the details. Now we've got report headers. We've got a customer ID header, which is nice that it's labeled for us. So that's great. And we've got an order ID header. So that follows the blocking that had showed us in the wizard itself. So let's just add some colors to these, not because they're good, but because it's just going to be for a demo. Okay, so our background here, we're going to match blue to blue. Let's do that. This is going to be like really gross to look at, y'all, but it is just for demonstration purposes. Let's do an orange for the pages. For the customers, we're going to do a nice green. For our orders, we're going to go with the red. And we're going to go with a nice purple for the details by itself. Okay, y'all ready to see what this looks like? Oh wait, what's this little warning? Reports. Okay, it's still mad at us. So I'm going to actually move these guys over a little bit. Move these guys over a little bit just to give it a little space. That's what happens when you mess with things. It starts getting mad at you. Okay, little warning went away. All right, so let's look at our horrendous report. Yep, that's like a circus peeked in here. Okay, but we can see what we have going on here. So at the very top of the report, we have the customer block. That's what it would start off as initially. We'd want to rename that to be like the report name. We're not going to see another blue like that until we hit the last page of this report. And we can see that the grand total, all the expenditures for all of the orders, is a little over 51K. So it gave us a sum for the entire thing, and that's the report footer. Each page, so other than this top one, each page has that orange band, right? We got cool things in here. We've got the date of the report. We've got the page numbers as it's going. We've got header lines like what we created with the other one. Manually, this one did it automatically just for efficiency, which is great. We can see that each person starts with green and ends with green, right? So around the horn there. We have a lot of orders. There's a summary. Great. We can make this a little bit easier because having the next order start immediately like that is a little awkward. So we can add, we're going to add a page break on that. The red is the header and footer for each individual order. And then the purple, and it has an alternating gray in there that we could get rid of. You can see that these are what was actually ordered. So that's the one that we want to fix the alternating thing, just like what we did in the other one. Okay, let's close this monstrosity. All right, so let's look at that. We've got the alternative thing there. And okay, what happens when we move that to no color? There we go. Put it as one nice big purple block. The red one also has alternating one, so we can go in there and go in here. Yep, we see this alternating like that. That one also has that jam going. This one, pages do not, so it's only the inner ones that we have that weird thing going. Okay, so let's look at, we wanted to, after each customer is done, we want to start a new page, like a page break, right? We can do that here, force new page. Right now it's set at none, and we can do after that section. What does that look like? Boom, there we go. So now we don't have any alternating things. After Anna's, it starts Antonio's. We got that rotating thing back and forth still. A lot of details fixed. They've got 2 pages of stuff. Around horn starts, they've got 3 pages of stuff. But you see that the green doesn't come around until the end there. You have a nice total for each company, the totals for each order, the total for each quantity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that is how to do that stuff. We can go in here and relabel things to our customer block demo or monstrosity. I don't think that's spelled right, but that's fine. You see that renames really easily, just like that. You can go in there. The now is the print date, basically, but you could go in and change it to whatever you need it to be. It automatically did the page number stuff for you, so it's all in there. Okay, so with that, now we can, it's still a pretty basic report, but now we have a way to group things. So you can, like if you wanted to create a report that split up the each player and their list of characters, you can do that through this. Okay, so next we're going to talk about mailing labels.